Alright y'all, so it's time to give you guys my review of the Utah loop that I did, and I didn't feel like doing each park individually, so this is going to be way too long of a video, so if you don't want to hear me, skip this one. But here we go. I want to split these up into two categories, the first being just, general scenery, general beauty at each of the parks. The second being, what can you see from the car while you're driving? Because that's a big portion of what I love to do while I'm on these road trips, driving. So I usually spend at least one day just driving through the park, hopefully to get some good footage, but at the very least to just enjoy it. So we'll first go by the just general beauty, and coming in at number 5 we got Capitol Reef. Capitol Reef, when you're driving through Utah in general, Utah's a beautiful state. There's a lot of canyons, a lot of just things that you can look at that are gorgeous. And Capitol Reef didn't really offer anything special. Don't get me wrong, it was beautiful, and Utah in general is beautiful, but like outside of Utah, some of the drives between the parks were better than Capitol Reef, to be completely honest with you. So it wasn't the most stunning in my opinion, but it's still up there. It's going to be ranked higher than a lot of the ones I did previously. Coming in at number 4 is going to be, let's see, what do we got? We got Zion, we got Arches, Bryce, and Canyonlands. I'm going to go Arches on this one. Arches had, you got a handful of rock-formed arches, which, you got to go see them. But driving through the park and the hikes that I did, I don't know, it just wasn't doing it for me. Maybe I was in a bad mood, I don't know. But, Arches just, it wasn't up there for me as far as just general scenery around the park. Coming in at number 3, we got Bryce. Bryce is gorgeous. I had the opportunity to see it after it snowed, which I think added a little bit to it. Made it freezing, but it was well worth it. I'm glad I did. And unfortunately, I didn't get to see 18 miles of it because it was closed, so you'll see that in my car review. But from what I did see, it's whoa, calm down there. From what I did see, it was stunning. It was stunning. You got weird rock formations carved in the side of a canyon over millions, thousands, whatever it is these days of years. And I enjoyed that one. Coming into number 2, we'll go with Canyonlands. Canyonlands, I hadn't heard anybody talk about Canyonlands. Nobody that maybe you have, and I just forgot it. But I don't remember anybody talking about Canyonlands to me, and I was a little blown away by how vast it is. They have 3, maybe 4 districts to it. So I was only able to do the Sky District, but you have the Needles District, I think, the River District, and there might be one more. But I only got to do the Sky District, like I said, and that one just sits above on top of one of the mesas. And you kind of have to go to the different viewpoints to see things, but you're just looking at an expansive canyon, and inside that canyon is another canyon, and then you got the river flowing through it, and it's just one of those things that makes you feel very small. And I actually really enjoyed that one. I thought that was a beautiful park. So coming in at number 1, it's hard to beat. Zion is just hands down one of the greatest parks I've ever been to. If not, no, it's probably not the best, but it's, that's tough. We'll get there eventually. But no, when you got the sheer rock, the size that you do, you got the narrows running through it. I happened to catch it when it was, in winter, so the trees are dead, but still just breathtaking what you're seeing, especially up from Angel's Landing. That was a sight to be seen for sure. Terrifying hike, absolutely terrifying hike. especially with snow and ice on the ground, and you're just hanging onto a chain for dear life. That's not what you want to be doing. But well worth it. I'm glad I did it. You know, next time I'll be back to hit the Narrows. So if anyone wants to hop on board for a Narrows trip later this summer, let's do it. But yeah, that's my ranking of just general scenery. Now going through the actual drive side of things, I'm gonna go. I want to say Arches. No, not Arches. Probably Bryce, just because, like I said, I didn't get to see the 18-mile scenic drive, so that absolutely is playing a role in my decision here. But from what I did see during the drive, you're just driving through a forest, so there's nothing spectacular. Coming in at number 4, Canyonlands. The unfortunate part about Canyonlands is, since I was up on the mesa top, you can't really see anything from up there. So the drive itself was just bushes and some trees and the sky. So nothing too crazy there. Didn't love it, but like I said, on the view side of things, it is phenomenal once you get to the viewpoints themselves. Number 3, I'll do... What do I got left? I got Zion, I got Capitol Reef, and I got Arches. Yeah, I'll do Arches here. Yeah, Arches had some good spots to drive through that you could see some things, but you definitely wanted to get up close and personal with everything, so you did have to get out of your car for most of the views. But you know, in between the ends of the park, I didn't have a whole lot to look at, but once I got to them, there was actually some pretty cool rock formations to view. So that's why that one's coming in number 3. Zion was close for me for number 3, just because you can't actually go up into the center of it. The main part of Zion that everyone talks about, of, you know, the Narrows hike, Angel's Landing, Emerald Pools, all that stuff, you got to take a shuttle to go see, so you can't really drive up into that main strip. But what I did get the opportunity to do, which I hadn't done before, is actually go through the northern side, or I think it's the Kolob entrance. And I don't know if the footage turned out. I hope it did, but it was snowing at the time, and I was up behind the mountains and just able to see them from a different vantage point, and that was a stunning drive. I really enjoyed that one. So that, plus the fact that you have the canyon coming in through the east entrance, all that combined, that one's putting Zion at number 2. But Capitol Reef, I just had the most fun driving around in. I think that one was the best just because of the off-road trails that they had. Maybe I missed them, but I didn't really see much opportunity at the other parks to do much off-roading. Capitol Reef, it was pretty, like, apparent. They had a lot of off-road. You know, some of the main roads took you to an off-road trail through the canyons. That's where I got some of my favorite footage. So that one was just so much fun. That off-road adventure, which, you know, probably shouldn't have done without any recovery gear, no winch, no Max Tracks, nothing like that. So if I got stuck, I would have been screwed, but we got out, so we're fine. But overall, that was super fun. I just enjoyed driving through that park. It is bigger than I thought it was going to be. You go through the center of it, but it's very long, longitudinally up and down, north and south, that way. And yeah, I was driving for a good hour getting to the southern tip of the park. So it does require a bit of driving to do. And yeah, I had a lot of fun on that one. Now, to give you guys my rankings of them, we can kind of go through these just one by one. Arches, I'm going to throw behind Joshua Tree, but above. I'm going to go above. Let's see, what was the second one? The second one was. Man, can I even do this? Yeah. So the second one was the Carlsbad Caverns. So I think it's above Carlsbad Caverns. I think all of the Utah ones are between Joshua Tree, Zion's going to be above Joshua Tree. Zion's number one for me, and then Joshua Tree, and then we got probably Bryce coming in below. That one is one that I'm hoping to get back to just because I didn't get to do that 18-mile drive. And I honestly didn't do much hiking. That one I actually rented a motel because it was snowing and I wimped out and I hadn't showered in 8 days. So I made use of that shower as many times as possible and honestly hung out and didn't do much hiking because I was tired. So yeah, I got to get back to Bryce to do that one again. But that one's going to come in right after Joshua Tree. Then you got probably Canyonlands coming in number 4 behind that, then Capitol Reef, then Arches. As much as I enjoyed that off-road drive on Capitol Reef, it just, as a park as a whole, it wasn't exactly my favorite from the what you can do side of things. So the other ones just offered a little bit more. So let's see if I can list all of these. You got Zion number 1, Joshua Tree number 2, Bryce number 3, Canyonlands. Did I say Canyonlands? I don't know. Canyonlands number 4, Capitol Reef number 5, Arches number 6. Then you got Carlsbad Caverns number 7, White Sands number 8, Big Bend number 9, Guadalupe Mountains number 10, Saguaro number 11. Wow, we've done 11 already. We're almost at a month. You're almost done with me. So hope you guys enjoyed.